So let me ask you this question. How are you doing? I mean, how are you really doing? If your answer to me right now is that you're feeling stressed, fearful, overwhelmed, relieved, frazzled, like you're ready to pull your hair out, let me tell you, sis, you are not alone. We're all in the same boat. My heart hurts, and I know yours hurt too. We have so much to deal with as we're preparing to get into this new school year. And if you're already into the new school year, I know it is complete chaos. But I want you to know that it's okay to give yourself some grace. It's okay to not know all the answers. It's okay when technology fails. It's okay. It's okay. Grace. That's all you need to remember. Today, I want to remind you of Psalms 91 and verse 1. It states that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That's your verse for this week. And I want you to take that fear and that anxiety and the stress that you're feeling about this school year and just remind yourself that you are under the shadow of the Almighty. And so fear and anxiety has already been conquered. Hello, sunshine. My name is Shayla, and I'd like to welcome you to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I am a high school French teacher, and I do hope that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you could become a part of this tutorial community. You know that teaching and technology, well, they go hand in hand. So many times we've sent our students to various web pages so that they can go and get more information. But there's no way for us to check or to ensure that the students are actually going to those web pages and reading up on the information that we want them to engage with. What if there was a way for us to embed questions onto web pages to ensure student engagement? Wouldn't you want to learn, or wouldn't you want to know about this? Well, that's exactly what today's video is all about. Being able to make a web page interactive. Well, if that's the reason you stopped by, let's go ahead and get right into it. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to go to the Chrome Web Store so that we can go ahead and download the extension called Insert Learning. So in the search the store section, we're going to type in Insert, and we're going to select the Add to Chrome. Add extension. We're going to sign up with Google, our Google account. Then we're going to go ahead and select I am a teacher, and then we're going to name our class. Here I'm going to call this French 1. Create the class, and then you're going to fill in this section, which best describes your role. I'm a teacher, and then you're going to select your subject area or your discipline. I am a world language teacher, and then you go ahead and select the grades you teach. So here I teach 7 through 12. So select that which applies to you. And here we're on this page where we can go ahead and create our lessons in 3 easy steps. So you have the option of actually using this site for free, whereas you have up to 5 lessons that you can have saved onto this site free of charge. And if you want unlimited lessons stored on the site, you can either pay $8 monthly or $40 as an annual subscription. Okay, so we're going to go to add a new lesson. So now we can click the Insert Learning extension on the web page, or we can just go ahead and search the site that we want to send our students to. So I'm going to go ahead and select the site. So the site that we're going to work on today is called the French Experiment. So this site is basically French stories or children's stories, books that we know, or stories that we know very well in English, like Chicken Little, The Bird and the Whale, 3 Little Pigs. But this site has translated those stories into French. Okay, so you can either hear it orally or using an audio, as well as you can go ahead and have your students read it. So what I'm going to do with this site is I'm going to select Chicken Little as my book. All right, so I want to send the students here to the site to go ahead and I want to make it interactive. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead to my extension section, and to ensure that the Google Chrome extension is actually on your toolbar, you can go ahead and select this thumbnail or thumb tap so that you can always have access to it right here. So I'm going to select the Insert Learning extension so that I can get this menu bar. Here you can go ahead and assign an activity, highlight, insert a sticky note, insert a question, insert a discussion, and here you can select for more options, which allows you to assign to students, share with teachers, edit lesson info, view as a student, print the lesson, and of course more information that you need on with Insert Learning. So I'm going to go ahead and translate it back to French. So the very first thing we're going to look at is the highlighting. Let's say this is a lower level French course and I want them to just go ahead and give me verbs that end in ER. Okay, so we're going to look for ER verbs. And so the verbs are of course already conjugated in the passage. So what the students would do is you would select the highlight text and the students go ahead and say, okay, appel. This is an ER verb, okay? So you see here, it's highlighted. Then you can go ahead and leave a note, okay? So we can insert a sticky note here. I would ask them to say, the color of the chicken. So our next step is going to move on to the insert a question. So I'm going to highlight the section that I want, a question, tap the insert question, go to the section, and I'm going to create a question. In this particular paragraph, I want the students to be able to tell me if they have found any cognates. And so basically cognates are words that are similar in the target language that they're learning as well as their main language. Okay, so can you find any cognates in this paragraph? Okay, and then I would go ahead and tap the create section. Next on the menu is a discussion. Insert a discussion so that students can go ahead and discuss something about this story. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the insert a discussion icon from the menu bar. Then I'm going to go ahead and select the part or the portion of the paragraph that I want the discussion to be surrounded or be around, or be about. And I want to just discuss what is a normal French breakfast. Okay, so, and then I'm going to tap the create button. Now I'm ready to assign this page to my students. Once we return to our main menu on the lessons tab, we want to select assign. Then we're going to go ahead and assign it to the class that we need to assign it. So I'm going to assign it to French 1 as well as the grade 7, and I'm going to select the assign button. Let's say you're not using Google Classroom and you're using another learning management system, and you want to get the class code so that you can share with your students and they're able to use Insert Learning as well. Once you've logged into Insert Learning, you want to go over to the classes section on the tab menu. Here you would find the class code to give to the students so that they are able to log in and complete the activities that you want them to complete. However, teachers, students must create an account in order to use Insert Learning to complete any activities that you have for them. Okay, they have to also add this extension to their Chrome web page in order to also use it. So that is an information that you definitely want to relay to the students. The way for you to view the responses for the assignment, you can go ahead and open up the assignment. You can go ahead and scroll down so it allows you to see all of the responses. So you can go ahead and tap view all responses, and you can see where I made a comment. You also have that option in this section as well to make a comment and allot the point. You can also look at the discussion portion and you can see the name of the student, what their response was: to be safe. So we've come to the end of the video, and I'd like to thank you for staying to